up everybody, Joshua Casper back at you with Loopmasters, and it's my pleasure to introduce you to Chords, our newest instrument. This is a sample-based virtual instrument that plays back complex, pristine chords, mix ready each and every time you press a key on your keyboard. There are 550 presets to get you started, pulling from 315 individual samples by professional sound designers from all over the place, using some of the best hardware and software synthesizers available on the market. So I've got a few audio examples lined up here, and this video is meant to serve as a very brief overview of the layout and the possibilities Chords presents. We are going to be putting out preset walkthrough videos, genre-specific tutorials, and longer, more detailed walkthroughs on this channel. So make sure to subscribe to stay posted if you want to learn more, and if you're ready to check it out right now, there's going to be a link in the video description where you can go to our sister site, Plugin Boutique, to get your copy today. So let's go ahead and check out some of these examples I have. Okay, so this is a preset called Forest Spa with a little bit of tweaking going on, but for the most part, it's just the straight out of the box preset. If I go ahead and play this, that all came from me pressing one note. So Chords is a monophonic synthesizer, which means it only plays one note at a time, and that's because it's a full chord. It's got 2 layers of samples that can be anywhere from pads to melodies, so you really don't want to be pressing too many at the same time, and that's why the synth is monophonic. So the layout is very simple. There are 2 layers here, and they're exactly the same. You've got a chord layer and a note layer. And if you come into the sample, it's where you can choose the feel of the bass sample. So we have major feel or minor feel. So if you're working in C minor, you want to go with minor. If you're working in C major, you want to go with a major feel. These root or opens are very specific, and they can actually be combined with minor or major feel. And another really cool thing too is if you're in minor feel and you just press the random, it will always randomize inside of the minor feel subfolder. So you don't need to worry about mixing and matching minor with major, though that can be done creatively. When you're hitting the randomize button, it's going to keep you in the same folder. All right, so it's already another really cool sample, and all we did was hit that random button one time. With the sample start position, we'll change the start position of the sample. That's pretty straightforward. So if I hit the random again. So right here, we've got kind of a strum thing going on in the beginning of that sample. If I want to just pull over the sample start, now we're getting more of a pad. So if I want to bring up the attack, all right, so that's what that's about. We've got transpose controls for the chord and the note layers, or the master, which is going to transpose both at the same time in the same increments. We have a stretch option where we can speed up or slow down and change the format of the samples. ADSR, attack, decay, sustain, and release. We've got a filter set here with, I believe, 12 filters, all listed right here. Pre-drive, resonance, key tracking. We do have a filter envelope and filter LFO for each sample independently, and then obviously a level control over here on the right. Let's jump into the next example when we tackle the lower section of the synth. So on this example, I actually have 2 instances of chords. One is the sort of lead plucky sound, and the other one is kind of the chordish pad sound with still even some melody baked in. So let's just jump in here and talk about the bottom section of the synth. This is where you'll find the voice settings, meaning portamento or legato. You actually have 2 there. You've got the glide time. You've got the pitch bend right here, which is going to be automatically routed to your keyboard if you're using one. And you have the range of the pitch bend that you can choose up to a full octave. And then you've got the modulation wheel again, which will be mapped to your keyboard normally. But if you don't have one hooked up, you can just go ahead and automate that or even use your mouse. And the cool thing about this modulation control is you can actually map 4 different parameters to it, and you have the automation amount. You can go to the down, negative values, or up or to the right for positive values. And as you can see here, almost anything inside of the synth can be mapped to that modulation control. So it's like a macro modulation slider right here, and it's really, really powerful, especially once you get in and start deciding how you want the sound to evolve over time. The effects, we've got chorus, 6 different chorus types. We've got delay, we've got stereo, cross, or ping pong delay, and then we have 6 different reverb types from bright to dark. Pretty standard effects controls below there. And another thing we've added is effects routing, where you can click this button and change the effect chain sequence. So here it's chorus, reverb, delay, delay, chorus, reverb, and so on. So if you click through those just after you've already set your stuff, you might get some very interesting and differing results easily. And then finally, we've got the master output over here on the right. This is where we've got the frequency booster, which is kind of like a multi-band compressor that can really start to add and manipulate the different frequencies of your sound from the top frequencies to the middle to the bottom. And then you have a dry wet slider to either push or pull that. So the frequency booster is a really powerful way to change or enhance different frequencies of the patch that you're working on, and can really help to achieve some incredible results. So that's just a very brief run through of chords. There are many other videos coming out on this channel, so check out the playlist for chords or subscribe to keep posted on updates. Anyway, I'm Joshua Casper here for Loopmasters. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next video.